Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans, Droids, Chaotic, Conans, and of course, the creepy looking Plagueis people lurking in the shadows for reasons we may never know. Welcome to my video gaming domain, where we have a lot of good stuff, questionable stuff as well, that we're gonna break down. It's the 9th anniversary for Star Wars Galaxies this week. We got double drops, we got a bunch of freebies, and I'm gonna make sure you know how to prepare for those double drops. But second half of this video, we're gonna have a little cautionary tale, some concerns that I have. Are you being scammed? Well, that's something that just goes without saying in this lovely world that we live in. Come on in, people. We got a lot to talk about. Thank you for hanging out with me this week, and hopefully it's going well. And you know what? If it's not the weekend when you're watching this, I hope life is going well for you, no matter what day of the week it may be. We're gonna go over this later on. There's a lot of if and buts, definitely a lot of coconuts as well. It's been kind of a complicated conversation, but we're gonna have a chat now that I did my own numbers here. But first, let's talk about the good stuff here. 9th anniversary of Star Wars Galaxies. Come on. Clap it up. Listen, I know this game's crazy. I know we got our problemos with this game. But you know what? This game's around for 9 years. It's giving us a way to enjoy Star Wars, because let me tell you, not a lot of Star Wars games out there. This game has outlived pretty much all the live service ones at the very minimum, and somehow made more money than all those EA Star Wars games combined. Wild stuff. You know what? Even despite the flaws, I'm still having a good time. Hopefully you guys are as well. But it's this 9th year anniversary that we have, and the party starting tomorrow. We got freebies and we got double drops. As you can see, that's starting on November 22nd, going through November 26th. We'll talk about how to hoard appropriately for these double drops on light side, dark side, Cantina Fleet, and the mod battles as well. We are also going to be getting an anniversary inbox with a bunch of stuff. We'll put it in a spreadsheet format so you can see what it looks like, and a free 9th anniversary mystery chest, a free 9th anniversary calendar only available on the web store, a new player anniversary calendar in-game available for people level 10 through 84, and an anniversary portrait and title. But let's talk about the double drops. This is probably what you guys want to make sure you don't miss out on and you capitalize on. So let's have a little chit chat about that. We have several different energies. We're going to talk about Galactic Challenge stuff in a moment here. If you want to make sure you're hoarding at the fullest capabilities for your normal energy, ignore my 27,000. No, I'm not using that for double drops. I'm using that for Galactic Legend Ahsoka tickets. Whenever that happens to drop, likely in December. But if you want to make sure you're trying to hoard efficiently for normal energy at the earliest, you want to start hoarding this tomorrow, November 18th. Remember, normal energy, you can hoard up to 2,000. Technically, you can get a little over 2,000 if you can like time it out around 1,999, get that extra refresh in just in time. But if you want to hoard for Cantina or the mod energy or fleet energy, because those only have a cap of 1,000, you can't refresh anything beyond that. You're going to want to, at the earliest, start hoarding these on Tuesday, November 19th. Hoard, 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 build up your stash, and then once the 22nd comes, let it all out, baby. Start farming away. Yes, there's a little bit of a short-term loss by not using that energy right away, but hopefully you get better than 2 times 0 later on this week, and you should hopefully more than supplement, get a much bigger benefit from hoarding and spending it on the double drops. So get ready for that. Double drops generally are good, but of course, sometimes the math doesn't want to work in your favor. And then we have the party favors of all these inbox stuff. So big thanks to Dexter Lab 97 for putting this all together. It's shown a little before and after compared to other years going back to 2018 when anniversary awards are being given out. Red means stuff was taken away, green means stuff was added, yellow, orange, whatever the heck color that is basically stuff that stayed the same. And as you can see, this year in 2024, it's basically the same as years prior. Nothing really changed. I was really hoping they were going to add droid brains again. Freebies are freebies. I'm not going to complain, make a big fuss of it, but seeing that Relic 9 took a huge forefront in our priorities this year between the assault battles, the raids, and then, of course, you know, Galactic Legend Ahsoka. She ain't the cheapest character to pick up. It would have been great to see some Relic 9 stuff. We are technically getting more shards than previous years. However, I am slightly disappointed with the shards. Again, freebies are freebies. Not going to make a big stink out of it. They aren't giving us any of the, like, Gungans. They're not giving us any, Peridia stuff. They're not giving us any Morgan Elsbeth, Great Mother, Balin Skull requirements. I think a lot of people would have liked to seen that. Instead, they gave us some stuff for Bo-Katan, which technically, I guess, was after the anniversary last year. I guess if you're working towards Bo-Katan, this is great. But I think a lot more people probably want some of the stuff that happened this year. Sort of like last year, you got all the good stuff that happened, last year. Anyways, I digress. That's what we're getting for later on this week. You guys let me know if this is good enough for you. We need more freebies, right? Listen, I don't want just 2 Omicrons. I want like 200 Omicrons. Anyways, I can dream, right? One can dream. But now we get to this conversation, and I've been pretty cautious about this whole community update thing. As you saw, I didn't say it was the end of the world. I also didn't say it was the greatest thing of all time. I'm like, I gotta wait and see. I gotta wait till I see numbers, and I gotta wait and see what this procedurally looks like once it hits the game. The biggest thing that I needed to know was this whole statement that was being put out that if you're free to play, and you don't buy the new characters, you are apparently supposed to be made equal more or less to where you were before. I mean, here's a statement right here. The rewards inside the free track are equivalent in value to earning 4 tier 10 red boxes or 4 tier 9 or gold boxes from our previous galactic challenges. And you didn't need to buy the new characters to make sure you max out this free track that we have here. Well, we have the numbers that kind of back that up, if that's true or not. Late on Friday, after all the crazy kit reveals we did for Empress Ray, hoo yay, they gave us the breakdown for what's on the free track, and they also gave us what the episode pass track, which is the $20 pass, what it offers, and they all told us what's in the shipment and for how much currency that's required to pick them up. Well, I first want to give a big shout out to Gerbil23 for making this beautiful graphic right here. Can you take my ugly mug off the screen? I'll leave a link down below if you want to go check out this on Reddit, seeing their little nice infographic they made here. However, after looking over this, and especially there was a lot of concern, discourse, I would say debate in the comment section in here, I decided to go make my own spreadsheet, because even for me, I wasn't really getting conveyed like what's the before and after difference. I wanted to see something like red, green, plus, minus, stuff like that. So I'm going to show my own spreadsheet in a moment. I'll leave a link to my own thing as well. But especially when I'm reading through this, seeing what people are feeling like, and also this comment from WQNXY, there's a lot of stuff that's being changed, and you're going to be in a net gain or net positive depending on how you look at it. So I went out, made my own spreadsheet. I'll leave a link down below. You can see like how, for example, I came across on a math. You can see the formulas, and if there's something wrong, let me know. I'll edit it. But I think this is mostly right. And if not, well, you guys let me know. It's easier when I have 50 trillion eyeballs, whatever it is, that can kind of take a look at this. So there's going to be 2 analyses involved here. One, analyzing the statement about the 4 red crate and 4 gold crates, which again, CG, tried making it clear right here. But also they kind of avoided, what about people that get all red crates? I'm one of those people. I usually get all red crates, assuming I don't forget anything. Well, we're going to do another analysis here and to kind of see the little before and after difference. So let's start off with the 4 red, 4 gold crate. So remember, there's 4 of each, and I'm going to show you the total before. So this is what you would get after a 28-day cycle galactic challenges. Here's what you would get between Karatech. You get 40 of those, you get 16 Omicrons, the variety of the gear boxes. The character shards is going to be the biggest thing here. Now, in this the infographic that Gerbil put together, he had, I believe, 25 character shards. So yeah, 200 character shards. I have 240, mainly because when I look at the Galactic Challenge shipment, again, this is not that big of a deal if it's one or the other. You're going to see the main point is you're going to be missing out on a lot of character shards that you need to somehow supplement. Like I see 30 here. Anyways, that's, I think, the one difference between my graphic and Gerbil's infographic that he put together. That's going to be the biggest thing, as you're going to see. 240 character shards. That's a lot that we're missing. You got your Omegas and all the variety of mod stuff. Here's what the free track is going to offer. So all of this right here. What is the net gain, net loss? Biggest thing is right away, before we get into the episode currency shipment, you're missing out on 16 Karatech. You're missing out on 12 Omicrons, which is quite the deficit. The character shards, there are no character shards on the free track. You're going to figure out how to supplement that. You're missing out on Omegas, the gold mods, purple mods, blue mods, but you're going to be seeing a net gain before you get into the episode currency shipment for some of the higher tier mod slice materials. We're talking the Mark II circuit boards, the thermal exchange, the variable resistors, the microprocessors, and a big change for Gear 12 injectors. But you're also going to be missing out on credits, fleet credits, and there's no way to supplement that with this new shipment. Is that a big deal? Well, you're missing out on it. But we have a lot of credits through other ways out there, for example, Duel the Fates or, Pretty Patrol, it's still rewards being taken out that we had before, plain and simple, and there's no way to recoup that. But here's the thing now, we have this 41,000 episode currency that you're going to get just through the free track. What do you need to spend to make yourself whole with where you were before? Well, if you're trying to address the deficits for Karatech, you're going to need to spend 2,800 of this episode currency. Where am I getting those numbers? Well, again, if you go scroll down on this page here, it shows you how much you know, Karatech is. So for 2 pieces, 350 episode currency. Okay, well, as you can see here, 16 divided by 2 times 350. Okay, well, you're gonna need 2,800, right? Okay. Omicrons is where the biggest, almost half your budget. If you just want to break even with where you were before, you need to spend 19,200 currency. Something to keep in mind, this shipment will refresh on a weekly basis. I think this is incorrect. It's not refreshing on a daily basis is what I'm saying. So make sure you don't forget to spend the currency, or else you might fall behind. Unlike Galactic Challenge, where you don't have to think about it, you just get it and it's in your inventory. You got to remember to spend it. And there's a cap of 30,000, so you can't hoard this currency either. So you're gonna need to spend 19,200 currency. And again, you can see up here how much that costs. You know, 3,200, 1,600 just to get 3 of those combined. Yeah, that's gonna be a big chunk right there that you need to supplement for. The character shards are gonna be a big problem. If you if you need all the character shards, which some people don't need all the character shards, as you can see, this first cycle we're gonna have lots of second sister, fifth brother, a lot of Inquisitor stuff going on here. You're gonna need to spend 24,000 to get all your shards that you were getting before, or shard shop currency for those that didn't need the characters, but shard shop currency is always helpful, right? That's a problem, as we're gonna see. And then if you want to catch up on your omegas, you need to spend 4,800 currency. If you want to catch up on your mods, you got to spend 3,200 and 1,600 and 600. And as you can see, here's the problem. If you want to try to keep up with where you were before, you're going to be at a deficit of 15,200 episode currency. So just from that, you might be getting those pitchforks out. You're getting the torches lit. Well, this might extinguish those pitches or those pitchforks and torches. I don't know. Here's the thing. We have a net gain for those people in this category for a variety of mod materials. And if you associate, the currencies, the episode currency to those additional things we're getting, if I did my math correctly here, again, I'll have you guys give me your eyeballs. I'm at 26,160 in terms of episode currency value, which technically would be a net positive change. So if you don't care about the character shards, you're getting more mod materials. But if you want the character shards, you're kind of being screwed. I think it's kind of one of those, it depends how you look at it. But technically, just from a math perspective, it's going to be a net gain for people in this category. Now, there's the other category I want to show are the people who always get red crates. There's people out there. I was one of them. Here, it seems like, I don't want to go through everything again, but you're going to be at a net loss. The biggest thing is here, you're not really seeing a net gain in any category except the Gear 12 injectors. You're going to be pulling out an additional 20 because, as you can see, the biggest difference between gold and red crate, it's mostly the mods. The mod stuff that improves when you go from gold to red, which is why we say gold is the golden standard. Why put a ton of effort in to get a little bit more rewards? That's going to be the biggest thing. So you're not really leaving of any positives in association with getting all red crates into this new system. You're going to get an additional 4,800 value just from that 20 injectors, but you're going to still be short on actually, oops, let me update these numbers. This is slightly outdated. Let me go copy these real quick, put them down here. Yeah, there we go. I had a miscalculation on the Karatech, so ignore that. But again, you're going to be at a net loss of 10,400. So those people are getting screwed over. It would seem like, assuming my mathematics is correct. So that would be, I am losing out on rewards. And it's mostly, again, because of the character shards. That's where it seems like the big loss is going to take place. And here are my key takeaways that I'm pulling from this. Again, this is chicken scratch that I have going on here. So again, I welcome you guys to take a look at it. Let me know if there's something off here. First things first, it seems like you're losing out on shards or shard shop currency. So 240 shards or 3,600 shard shop currency. That adds up over time every month, right? Overall, net gain if you are not getting red box all the time. So there seems to be a net gain for those people, assuming, again, you're appreciating the increase in mods versus the loss in character shards. You're getting more mod materials in place of character shards, as I said, and basically net loss if you always got red box, assuming you wanted the shards. And also, this is something I just want to add. We're still wondering what the heck are they going to do with this new missing assault battle every month. I would say this might be a good opportunity to add like Zetas to the free track, because we have no Zetas, even though Zetas weren't a part of Galactic Challenges. But if we're missing out on an assault battle every month, maybe they could somehow take those missing assault battle rewards and add them to the front part of the free track for this whole episode system that we have. Just a suggestion I would put out there. So that's my math on all this. It all just comes down to really this character shard thing. That seems to be the biggest deficit that we're missing out on. And then I guess if you want my opinion on the episode pass track, whatever, the $20 thing, and remember, there's also a $40 option which basically allows you to kind of like unlock the first 20 tiers, so you instantly get those rewards a lot sooner. I mean, yeah, if you do a mathematical equation, especially the 82,000 episode currency, which would technically supplement that net loss for those that were always getting red crate. I guess that's where that supplementation comes in here. Man, I mean, yes, again, the math works out where, yes, if I calculated all this, this is well beyond $20 worth of in-game value. But here's the thing about Galaxy of Heroes. You get a grand majority of the enjoyment in this game for free. You're basically just paying to supplement, advance your time. And, yeah, you get a full Chirotech, which is cool. Right? Again, I'm not going to shoot this stuff down. 5 Droid Brains, 5 Gurgia keypads, 10 Aero Magnifiers. The value's there if you want to look at crystals. But man, every single month, and it's one of those things where you're not going to get like a crazy immediate benefit out of all this. That's going to come down to how you value the stuff in game, right? If you value $20 here versus spending $20 for a movie, everyone's got different valuations. But I'll tell you this again up front. The values there. It's kind of like, for example, some of the licensing bundles. Yeah, technically there's value there, but you kind of wish you would get, a lot more bang per buck than just a simple economy, oh, this equals that many crystals. All right, cool. Nonetheless, folks, that's what I got for you today. Definitely take a look at the spreadsheet, making sure all my chicken scratch math works out. A lot of weird stuff going on. It's a little confusing. Hopefully this clarifies things a little bit more. And if I'm completely wrong, well, it's Gary's fault. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Anyways, folks, I look forward to hanging out with you guys tomorrow. We got a fun Grand Arena planned out. We have a sandbox Grand Arena where my opponent and I, we set defenses based off each era of Star Wars, and we got to only use those original trilogy or prequels or sequel characters. Really excited stuff that we have for you. And later on this week, we have Hu Yang testing on Tuesday. Remember, Tuesday, a little bit different than before. But you know what's never going to be different than before? How amazing you guys are, because when you're inside my Kyber Empire, when you're inside the Kyber Club, partying hard, I know you guys are saying how it's great to be in the Empire today.
Oh, it's great to be